Hey lovers, who is Scooter Braun and why do we not like him? Part 2. Click the comment to watch part 1. December 13th, 2019, Taylor Swift accepts the Billboard Woman of the Decade. Please go YouTube this speech and watch it. It's incredibly raw. She name drops Scooter Braun like crazy in it, and she basically lays out everything that's going on. April 2020, Big Machine Records releases an album, a live album of Taylor Swift's songs, right? Here's what Swift had to say. Pause to read. So after this, Scooter Braun is silent until November of 2020 when he goes on to sell Taylor Swift's work for the second time. Trick me once, trick me twice. So as we know that July of 2020, Taylor releases the masterpiece that is Folklore. November 2020, the sale happens. Here's what Swift has to say. Okay, Braun wanted her to sign an ironclad NDA stating I would never say another word about Scooter Braun unless it was positive before we could even look at the financial records. A BMLG, which is always the first step in a purchase of this nature. I would have to sign a document that would silence me before I could even have a chance to bid on my own work. He never even quoted my team a price. These master recordings were not for sale to me. So who did Scooter Braun sell her catalog to? A company called Shamrock Holdings. Taylor Swift said she received a letter from a private equity company called Shamrock Holdings, letting us know that they had bought 100% of my music, videos, and album art from Scooter Braun. This was the second time my music had been sold without my knowledge. Now, Taylor Swift shared a letter that she wrote the team at Shamrock because it sounds like they were talking and everything was friendly, and Taylor was going to work with them in October of 2020. I'll make this bigger. Please pause to read if you can. There you go. Pause to read. But basically what this says is that somehow Scooter was still involved in royalties or whatever, and therefore directly or indirectly she could not go on in good conscience working with Shamrock if Scooter Braun benefited in any way. As we know, in December of 2020, Taylor Swift released Evermore. Shortly after, there was a Match.com ad that Taylor did with Ryan Reynolds where they used her version of Love Story. And in it, there's a fallen Scooter. Okay, so we're in April 2021. Taylor Swift releases Fearless, Taylor's version. It was a big success. She knew Red, Taylor's version, would be an even bigger success, so she announced it on Scooter Braun's 40th birthday, June 18th. That's why I told you guys to remember that date. Also, side note, that was the date that Karma premiered when he had that show Karma that just had one season. But the shade of announcing Red, Taylor's version, on his 40th birthday, I love it. Taylor Swift goes on to release Midnights in October of 22, Speak Now in July, Taylor's version, and then we get 89 in October. However, we have not heard from this man about Taylor Swift, the Masters, or anything. Taylor Swift has not left his mouth since 2020. Or hers. Now, there was an NPR interview that Scooter Braun did, which was about Swift, but he didn't actually say her name. I'm going to show you that now. It came out September 30th of 22. The headline's misleading. Scooter Braun shares his regret after purchasing Taylor Swift's musical catalog because he didn't actually say Taylor Swift. This is what he does say. Pause to read this middle part here. And then continue to read that last paragraph. This is interesting. So this is part of it. I was under a very strict NDA with the gentleman who owned it, and I couldn't tell any artist. I wasn't allowed to. He's still under that NDA because he has not talked about the situation. But this is the best part. This is the best part. This is the end of the interview. He said, I'm rooting for everyone to win because I don't believe in rooting for people to lose. Rooting for the anti-hero? She pulled that straight from that. So in a nutshell, that is what happened with Swift and Scooter Braun. Now, Scooter Braun is all over the media at this point in time. So you've probably seen the recent things that are happening, but basically his clients that he's managing are dropping like flies. Justin hasn't talked to Scooter in months. I'm assuming he'll announce that he's not being managed by Scooter within this week or next week. Demi Lovato and Ariana Grande both left Scooter. Idina Menzel left months ago. And Jay Babin left as well. But look at this. Scooter tweeted, breaking news, I'm no longer managing myself. That, my lovers, is something a narcissist says. So the song Vigilante Shit is 100% about Scooter Braun. So is Mad Woman. You can tell which songs are about Braun because they're cutting, they're deep. I can go into a deep dive on those songs and what's happened with those. But just recently also, Scooter's world is crashing around him, like going up in flames. Like he got a divorce from Yael Cohen. This is Yael Cohen Braun. And Taylor makes it very clear, like in Mad Woman, where she says, the master of spin has a few side flings. Good wives always know. Vigilante shit. She needed cold hard proof, so I got her some. And then they get divorced. Oh, and then there's this. After Midnight's, and after she was divorced, that's what she was wearing. So anyway, I can do a separate video about the songs that are about Scooter. I can do a separate video about Scott Borchetta if you guys want, and his role in all of this, and the songs that are about him. And I will also do the original Reputation era. So hope you guys have a better understanding of who Scooter Braun is and what a slimeball he is. Snake. Thanks for watching, lovers.